Hey groupies, welcome back to Form of Therapy. I'm your channel producer, and today we're checking out Beautiful by 101. We're checking out, first of all, the prologue version, and then we're going to be checking out the actual music video movie version. Now, they all say movie version, so I assume there's going to be like a performance version as well. Maybe like a actual music video, but I assume we're gonna get no choreography, we're gonna get no lip sync singing or anything. It's just gonna be pure story, probably just pure cinematic. So that's what I'm expecting. So let's check out the prologue first. Okay, this is more like a teaser for the actual main music video. Oh shit, I recognize that mustache anywhere. That's Cha Seung-won. Yo, this is already a 10 out of 10. I love Cha Seung-won. I'll watch anything he's in. So they're moving. In a rush too. I wonder if they're actually trying to get away from something as opposed to straight up moving. They got split up, okay? So Cha Seung-won's character said, "Why did you put them in the back?" After seeing them in the back, why didn't he put them in the front? This child actor's got a good cry face. I'm like ready to cry. What the fuck? They're praying? Oh, this is an orphanage! Oh! They're all orphans! Oh my god. That's worse. Also, I assume this beat is gonna be the actual song. Interesting. Like these electronic elements mixed with the sad violin and piano is interesting. Alright, so that was just the prologue. If that was any indication, this is going to get pretty heavy. Just quick predictions. I assume like how the prologue was, this is going to be cinematic based. So, knowing Korean melodrama, someone's going to die. It's probably going to be a bullshit death. So let's get into it. So, Kang Daniel is the one that got separated. Oh, that's sweet. So they're all orphans. Like, they're saying all of WANNAONE except one member are orphans. That's kind of depressing. That's his dad. Oh, he's still looking for his brother. He works as a construction worker. Kang Daniel always has such a infectious laugh. So this is a police station. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, his friend is trying to help him out, help him find his brother. He literally covered his The friend means well, but alright, so getting that bike is like a goal of his, like a dream. Okay. Okay, so he's studying to try and become a cop. Probably because he thinks becoming a cop will help him find his brother. He looks nothing like that photo. How the fuck you recognize him? Why did I feel that? I'm not even like a 101 stan, but why did I feel that in my heart? That's good filmmaking right there. Getting you invested in the story, and even if you knew nothing. Okay, so he became a cop. Also, what kind of chill ass Korean precinct like just approves your like your shit over text? It's like, hey, you're a cop now. Okay, saved up money, bought the bike. Oh, what a piece of garbage. He apologized. He bumped into you, fool. There are Koreans like this, and I fucking hate them. Oh, I was about to say, the first punch he threw really didn't land, but the other ones are landing really well. Oh, I don't like this effect. They do this in Korean cinema sometimes. What? That looked really bad. What? Yeah, that... Nope, now it's normal. Oh, they shot this with 2 cameras. Oh, that's annoying. They shot this with 2 cameras in different frame rates. It's like fucking up my eyes. It's like this scene right here. This is a clean shot. These aren't. Those are messy. Like, you can tell, even from the coloring, it's very vastly different. What happened? What do you mean, go first? Why don't you go with them? What's the point of hold on. Hold on. I'm having problems with this writing. Hold on. Oh, that's his friend at the police exam. Yeah, shut the fuck up. What the fuck do you know? Stupid old man. It's really not their fault, okay? Well, I guess he threw the first punch, but... Oh, he sold his bike. Probably to get bail, get him out of jail. Oh, that sucks. He turns back to look at the bike again. I wonder, yeah, so obviously, like, getting arrested didn't help. Like, he's not a cop anymore. So he's back working at the construction site. So I feel like He's like trying to work hard to save up money to buy Daniel the bike again. And for some reason, Daniel wants to be a boxer. Which they've been hinting at since the beginning, but it just, I don't know. It takes away from the whole brother storyline. No. Okay. So it cuts right before he's about to get back up. So Daniel's about to get back up. But what about the other dude? That's it? If there was a prologue, there's gotta be a fucking epilogue, right? I really enjoyed this. First of all, that's my overall summary of this. I like this. I really enjoyed this. This was really strong. This was really good. It was a great follow-up to Energetic. Honestly, I think it honestly surpassed Energetic in interesting ways that I did not expect. But I'm going to nitpick the hell out of this because I am a video producer and I come from a film production background. Listen, I got some issues and it's got nothing to do with WANNAONE. It's whatever production team was behind this. So first of all, I just want to talk about the group itself and the song choice. This song, it kind of reminds me of 울고 싶지 않아 by 17. Not that the songs sound alike or that they're copies of each other, but it's the same genre. The only way I can describe it is it's like sad EDM. And honestly, this song sounds more like a B-side song. It's strong, don't get me wrong. Construction of this song is, I think, a lot stronger than Energetic was. But that's what surprises me. It doesn't really have that much of a catchy pop hook in the middle like your traditional K-pop groups do. And if you compare it to like another title track that's a ballad song like Missing You by B2B, that's a lot catchier, you know what I mean? This is less catchier and this is more, I don't know, I feel like vocal driven and less about being driven by pop. I feel like that's reserved for B-side songs. So I have to actually have to respect their decision for choosing this song, because the reason they chose this song is probably because it fits the story a lot better and it fits the emotional gauge of this film a lot better. So that means for this comeback, their focus was more about the presentation of the comeback and the presentation of the filmmaking and the video, and they would rather have a song be strengthened by the music video storytelling as opposed to putting out a really infectious pop hit, which you know is going to just automatically do well on the charts. You know, they're hoping that the music video and song are both strong enough to complement each other that it will do well on the charts artistically like that. So I really respect their decision to go with a song that's not what I would expect. And like I said, I think the construction of this song is a lot stronger than Energetic anyways. There's a lot more meat here. There's a lot more vocal prowess, you know? But now my only problem is that the screen time in this music video is essentially Kangdan. Now, my only problem in this music video is that there may be vocal prowess, but I have no idea who it belongs to. And I'm sure if we get a non-movie version of the music video, it'll be easier to figure out. But the problem with this music video already is that the screen time is extraordinarily unfair. This is incredibly just Kang Daniel and the other dudes just party time. Like, I don't know his name, so I'm just going to refer to him as Jawline. He kind of reminds me of Day 6's Wonpil, his jawline. So I'm just gonna call him Jawline, the other brother character to Danielle's character. I'm actually not that familiar with 101. I only know Kang Daniel's name, and that Minyeon or Minyuk, I think it's Minyeon from Newest, is in the group. That's all I know. And the rest of the members I'm not familiar with at all. And that's a very poor decision. What IOI did, which was incredibly smart, was when they first debuted with Dream Girls, they split it up immediately where each girl got their own section, and then you refer to that girl as like, oh, she's the one with the ribbon, she's the one that wants to be a dancer, she's the one that likes to bake treats or whatever, and you classify them by these traits that the music video applied for them, and then whichever trait you like better, you can research into them further. It's like, oh, who's the girl like that's like this or whatever, and that's how like the knowledge spreads. Like this music video, as good as it was, it didn't benefit the group in a way to promote 101 any further, because as popular as the show was, there are still a lot of people, people like me, who did not actually watch Produce 101 Season 2, and there are a lot of people who don't watch variety shows in general. So this was a poor way to showcase the group more, because holy fuck, the screen time is like fucking uneven. And I feel really bad for 101 fans that don't stand Kang Daniel and Jawline Guy, and they stand other guys. Like, this is actually really, really unfair. So I'm sorry, you guys. I feel for you, but let's actually talk about the music video. I really liked this music video. It's not often that you get such a long, I believe this was like a roughly 10-minute music video that was story-based, and that is so much more rooted in filmmaking. I feel like a lot of story music videos nowadays, it's just a very fanciful music video that's elongated. It doesn't really implement a lot of filmmaking technique. It doesn't really have that strong of writing. It doesn't have that strong a direction. But this one did. This one is like if you lifted clips from a Korean drama OST or a Korean movie. I did, however, have some problems, and it's got nothing to do with 101. I just want to point out the acting was good here. I mean, there's a reason why a lot of idols just turn actors. It's because a lot of acting is just faking it. It's lying. Obviously, there is a higher performance art to acting in general, but basis is if you can put on a good face, if you can lie, if you can pretend to be happy, pretend to be sad, you've got the basics down, So that's why a lot of idols, not to make this dark, are good at faking their emotions. So acting is pretty natural. And Kang Daniel and Jawline, they were very good in their roles, in their respective roles. Like, it was very believable that these were long-lost brothers. The storyline shift was interesting. They actually met early on, which I didn't see coming. That's great. That's a good thing about Korean dramas, that their plotting and their pacing is actually all over the place. So it's actually unpredictable. So I really like that about Korean dramas. And so I didn't think they'd meet until the end of the music video, but they met somewhere in the middle. Now, this is where the writing gets wonky. When Jawline Guy tells everyone to go ahead first and he stays behind, why? He could have gone with them, right? That's such a plot hole, and the only justification I could think of in that scene is that he is so morally driven to be good, and that's why he wants to be a cop, that he just couldn't flee the scene. He couldn't not take responsibility. But here's the issue. He wasn't involved in the fight in any way whatsoever. He wasn't at the pool hall. He wasn't involved in the altercation at all. He is, by the legal definition, completely innocent. In fact, this is perjury. This is straight up lying under oath. Like, he is taking the hit for a crime that he literally did not commit and was not present for. That in itself is actually more wrong. It fits his character. He seems like the sacrificial lamb type, like he'll sacrifice himself for his friends, but it just doesn't make sense, and especially because he, the character, has so much more to lose. He wants to be a cop, you know what I mean? So, by doing that, he essentially ruined his own dreams. Why? That makes no sense. There are X amount of how many other members in 101. Put them in jail. That sounds wrong. And then moving on, there was that one scene that bothered me just a little bit. It's during the actual fight scene. The choreography was pretty good. Most of the punches were pretty good. I actually like the choreography in general because I love Korean fight choreography over American fight choreography, because a lot of Koreans are actually taught Taekwondo at a young age. It's to a stereotype that a lot of the fights, first of all, because there are no guns in Korea, or at least not easily accessible guns, a lot of the fights are fist fights or bat fights or 2x4s or some kind of breakable type of wood. And there's just like, you see a lot of fanciful actions here, especially like tornado kicks, flying kicks, spin kicks. Like, that's what I always really appreciated about Taekwondo over any other martial art. It's very pleasing to the eye to see. And so, especially in fight choreography, I feel like Taekwondo is really underutilized, and I love watching Korean violent movies. But during the fight scene, there was some weird ass camera work. It was clearly shot with 2 cameras. You could see that the coloring was off in each one, and it was shot at like a weird fucking frame rate. Like, it was kind of lagging. It had that swimmy effect. If you guys rewatch it, you'll notice it. Misstep on their part. It's not a big misstep, because every time they cut to those shots, it was very little. It wasn't too much. But I guess for me, to the trained eye, it's very noticeable. It's very jarring. But I'll let it slide, just because I feel like most people would not even notice. And then, of course, we have to talk about that ending. That ending, I feel like it totally depends on whether or not Jawline Guy died, and we better find out, because there better be a follow-up to this shit, because I'm gonna be so fucking pissed if there isn't. Depending on whether or not Jawline Guy died, it ruined this story. It didn't ruin the music video. Like I said, the music video production was absolutely great. But the story itself, I feel like it was a disservice to the story. And that's Korean melodrama for you. I think Korean filmmaking, like actual movie making, is brilliant. I think Koreans have such an interesting perspective on the movie making process and the story creating process. But Koreans are so fucking melodramatic when it comes to TV production, and it's kind of why I don't watch Korean dramas, because 99% of all Korean dramas, no matter how unique and interesting the actual plot device is, it's always going to go a very typical melodramatic route, or the ending's going to be very obvious. You never get shock all and just never know what's going to happen next. Well, I called it in the beginning. Someone was going to die, and someone did die, and it was a bullshit death, like I said. I feel like there just shouldn't have been a death, or they should have gone all in. By that, I mean, first of all, if Kang Daniel had died, that would have been way too fucking easy. That would have been the easiest route. Because obviously Kang Daniel was doing the fight thing, so obviously, like, boom, boom, he's fighting, and then he never gets back up. I've seen that trope many a times. I think that's literally been done in Korean music videos before. He got back up, or like it's cutting right before he gets back up, so Kang Daniel's fine. But it looked like Jawline, my interpretation anyway, was that Jawline was overexerting himself because he felt bad that Daniel had to sell his bike, and so he was working extra hard to earn money to buy Daniel his bike back. And because of that, you know, obviously construction is a very dangerous job. He slips, he falls, and he dies. The way that was set up, it can be open to interpretation as to whether or not he actually died. They could easily write that he was injured, but that he's completely alive. And I think that would be completely believable in the way they set that up. But I feel like him dying is such a disservice to the story, because it takes away from this brotherly bond, and it takes away from this reunion. You know, I feel like a great ending for this would have been a sweet ending of Danielle wins the fight, and Danielle wins the fight, and Jawline Guy gifts Danielle the bike again at the end. Like, I feel like that would have been a great wrapped up ending. Now, if they wanted to go a really, really cool route, I feel like this would be really interesting. So like I said, if you're gonna go death, Jawline Guy was a little out of left field, but what they could have done to really make that work is if Danielle actually died too. That would have been a tragedy of epic proportions, where they were timing it in the cut, and I actually thought that's what they were gonna do, and I wish they had. Where Danielle was getting beaten, he's going down, and then obviously Jawline slips, he goes down, and if they had both died, and not even next to each other, you know what I mean? But if they had died at the same time, and then you see the cut, and like a split screen comes up, and you see them both lying on the floor, and they're both dead, and like this guy's being surrounded by construction workers trying to revive him, and he's being surrounded by all his friends and like his coach trying to revive him, and they both smile, and they're like thinking of each other, and then it ends. Beautiful. Death, I feel like, is so mistreated in filmmaking these days and in writing these days, and I feel like no one misuses death more than Korean writers. I just think that Korean writers jump to death immediately. I feel like what I've learned from American TV writing is that a death should feel earned, and a death should have a lasting impact, and more importantly, a death should serve the story appropriately, and it should do the story justice. Like I said, Jawline dying just where does that leave the story at the end, you know? Just like, imagine, close your eyes, and imagine what I described, and the song play, beautiful, beautiful, and both of them are lying on the ground, and they're thinking of each other when they were young. Like, they were showing at the music video at the end of when they were young, and, like, they're both thinking of each other, and it dies, and they die. They're both thinking of each other, and they die. It would have been, lack of a better word, beautiful. It would have summed up this nice little packaging about the tragedy and beauty of life. You know, how short it is, how frail it is, and how we could go happy from one moment to sad to one moment, and then, you know, 6 feet under in the ground. The only justification I'd be okay with not killing Kang Daniel is that they're going to do another music video and it's going to be a continuation of this story. However, I still think that's a bad idea too. I feel like they should have put this music video to rest, and then if they're going to do another story-based music video, it should focus on some of the other members, because as we talked about in the beginning, this music video was incredibly biased towards Kang Daniel and Jawline. So yeah, I liked this music video. In fact, I loved it. I think it was fucking fantastic, and I think this music video makes this song better, and this song makes the music video better. It's a great complementary pairing. I just have those few minor gripes. You know, I feel like this could have been... You could have seen me crying. If Kang Daniel and Jawline both died at the same time, you would have fucking seen me crying, because that would have been poignant and ironic and beautiful as fuck. But it's not what they did. And as an artist, you know, when I see missed opportunities, I just feel like it's a shame. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let's start a discussion. What did you think of Beautiful by WANNAONE? Is it better than Energetic? Does it not live up to the hype? Also, what do you think of my ending for this music video? Is it better? Is it worse? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video and you enjoyed this reaction or review, go ahead and click like down below. Helps us out a lot. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and click subscribe. We upload almost every day. And if you want to support us directly, you can go ahead and purchase some merch down here. Helps us out a lot. If you want to see more videos like this right now, go ahead and click anywhere over here.